Hello, my name is Charles Webster Baer, and today is January 13th, 2014, and I am in Bend, Oregon, USA, and today I want to talk about gig. Gig is my website, globalinternetgovernment.com, and gig is going to monitor every financial transaction by every government on the planet Earth. And that's kind of what the International Monetary Fund is doing right now as well. And this will promote transparency and accountability for all governments on the planet, and it will promote freedom of speech as well online. Gig feels that every human being has the right to know what his government or her government is doing with his or her tax dollars. And Gig feels every person on the planet has the right to not only know that, but to comment on it. Um, so that's what Gig does. Gig allows everybody, everybody on the planet to participate in and contribute to what the International Monetary Fund is doing. And this is important because the International Monetary Fund is going to unify the entire planet, much like it's unifying Europe right now with the EU and the European Economic Community. We're moving towards um, one universal currency, but we're starting out with continental currencies. And GIG also supports the IMF in its attempt to turn all of America, North America, South America, Central America, and the Caribbean into one economic community, one currency, one government, etc. And this could also happen in Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and in parts of Africa and the Middle East. So that's half of GIG. Half of GIG is freedom of speech online. And total transparency for all governments. The other half of GIG is what the United Nations is doing, which is, among other things, women's reproductive rights. GIG will also monitor all all countries in terms of how they promote or don't promote women's reproductive rights, legally, financially, socially. And that's one of the many things the United Nations is doing. And this is important because GIG feels that in the third millennium AD, in this millennium, every female has the planet, every female on Earth has the right to control her own body. And that means every female on Earth has the right to decide for herself whether or not she wants to have children or not. So GIG feels that this is important because GIG feels the only way to save the planet is to save the environment. Because if we destroy the environment, then we can't live without the environment. So we need the environment, which would be like plants. So GIG wants to save the environment, and GIG feels the only way to save the environment is to create a significant and sustained decline in the human population until the human population reaches a sustainable level, which I'm guessing would be around 2 billion or something like that. So right now the human population is going up, and GIG feels that's the wrong direction. So GIG is going to try to get the human population to go down because GIG feels that's the right direction. Instead of going towards 8 billion, it should be going towards 7 billion and then 6 billion, etc. And to achieve this goal, GIG supports the UN and the IMF. GIG supports the UN in terms of women's reproductive rights, female reproductive rights, which means all females have the right to total free access to all forms of birth control, including abortion and education and stuff like that. And This is the reality of the millennium that we're in right now and that we're going to be in for the rest of our lives, the third millennium. And the times have changed, and this is the new situation. And so GIG is like putting the UN and the IMF together in a format where, like I said already, everyone can participate in it and contribute to it and understand what's going on. And that's what GIG is, Global Internet Government. And so I created GIG in the spring of the year 2000 in Portland, Oregon. And so that's basically what GIG is. And you probably already support GIG without even knowing it, because if you support freedom of speech online and women's reproductive rights, then you support GIG, because that's all GIG is. And GIG will continue to improve and get better, and that's why GIG is the future of the world media. And so thanks for watching my 7-minute video, and hopefully we can make this video viral. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic 2014, and aloha.